What's up, y'all? Time for the Travers once again coming up here Saturday. We've got a pretty star-studded crowd, I guess you would say, for this one. We've got Kentucky Derby winner Rich Strikeback, Preakness winner, early voting. Belmont winner Mo Donegal's not in this one. He's got, I think it was an ankle problem, so he's got to rest up. And then we're looking at Haskell winner, um, Cyberknife. So let's get into this. Cyberknife is the one horse. They got him at 7-2. The odds are kind of crazy in this too. Given that Cyberknife just broke the Haskell record, you'd think he'd be a little bit better than 7-2. That's not where they have him. Florent Giroux back aboard. Brad Cox, the trainer, he also won this race last year with Essential Quality, so he's looking for back-to-back wins in the Travers. Um, what can you say about Cyberknife? Like I said, he went got the win in the Haskell, breaking the record. Had a good win in the Mad Win before that. Didn't do anything in the Kentucky Derby, but we all know that was a crazy race, especially this year due to the pace and everything else. Um, his signature race going into that was the Arkansas Derby, which was a decent win, not a good time, but he's proven in that last race that he can go fast. Number two, we got Rich Strike, Kentucky Derby winner, who's proven that he can run with the big boys sometimes. I still think the horse is horribly mismanaged. They skipped the Preakness. Don't know why you would ever do that with a Kentucky Derby winner. They come out in the Belmont. Not interested. Not interested in that race. That was a walkathon, like I said, and Sonny Leone didn't know how to read the pace in that. Obviously, did move the horse. Horse had nothing. So he's back now. May get caught up in a similar trap. They got him at 10-1 though. Once again, disrespectful for a Kentucky Derby winner, but based on his performance in that Belmont, you can't really blame him. Before that Derby, he just had a couple of wins, or not even wins. He had a few races on some artificial surfaces. Ran one on turf. His really only real signature race before that was that mile he ran at Churchill Downs. They'll be looking to get back into that form. Couple 59-second breezing workouts for him. So, hey, maybe he'll be back in that form. I think he's going to need some things to help him. I think they're going to need a fast pace to help him as well, and I don't think they're going to get that. Number three, we got Ain't Life Grand. Iowa bred horse. Iowa bred. How often do you see an Iowa bred horse in a Grade 1 stakes? They got him at 20-1. Decent looking odds. Tyler Gaffleon's jumping aboard him. He's never ridden him before. This horse had a pretty basic, boring looking career, I guess you'd say, until his last couple of races. Iowa Derby got a win in this Iowa Stallion Stakes, blew away the Iowa bred horses in that one. He's got a very impressive workout, 45-second breezing workout coming into this one. His last race was a decent time, mile 116th, 142. So the horse can move, proves that he belongs here. Let's see if they can do it again. Number four, Gilded Age, 30-1 on this one. He's really only a horse in the race, I think, because he ran second in the Curlin Stakes behind Artorias, the 5. Artorias really didn't have to try that hard to win that race. It was just a mile and eighth and 150. Gilded Age was second behind that. Had a win at Churchill before that one. Before that, I guess he was third in the Withers. Ran in the UAE Derby as well. Just not too much from this horse. He runs in there, but with slow times. I don't expect him to be too competitive. Number 5, Artorias. This one is the one to watch. His father, Arrowgate, record holder in the Travers, so he'll be looking to get a win in this one. Arrowgate's out of Unbridled Song. Damsire, Ghost Zapper on this horse. So you're looking at really strong breeding. Arrowgate, Ghost Zapper in there. Irad Ortiz Jr. is riding this horse. Chad Brown is the trainer. He said he got a win in that Curlin Stakes. Didn't really try too hard. Didn't have to. Had a win in the maiden special weight before that one at in Belmont. And the only other race he ran before that was a loss he had at Keeneland. So very lightly raced on this horse, but excellent breeding. They got him at 9-2, coming off a good prep in this one, and like I say, we'll see what he's got. We'll see what he's got. I think he could be competitive. I ride Ortiz Jr. Of course, going to be looking for his first Travers. Um, and he's never won one before. Actually, none of these jockeys has ever won the Travers before. Only one trainer, Brad Cox, the only one to ever win it before. Um, None of the sires of these horses wanted. A couple have come close. Well, actually, no. Gilded Age was sired by Medaglia d'Oro. Medaglia d'Oro won '02 Travers. Um, and then we also had Bernardini in there, breeding wise, for Gilded Age. Bernardini won the Travers well. It was '06. So, I mean, Gilded Age, I mean, if you like for the breeding, and I think that's kind of a lucky bet. I mean, maybe if the pace ends up really slow, Gilded Age might have a chance. But, I don't know. We will have to see on that. But breeding wise, a lot of these horses are bred well enough to get this distance. Just not a lot of history with this race, which is the Graveyard of Champions for a reason. Um, Saratoga is always hotly contested. A lot of good jockeys, a lot of good horses. And I think it's just not always a great situation for even the best of horses. It just makes it very competitive. So, number 5 will try to be competitive and get up there with these other more experienced horses like number 6, Epicenter. Epicenter was looking like he was on his way to be the horse of the year. Favorite for the Kentucky Derby after winning the Louisiana Derby, and he ran second. Then they come out in the Preakness, ran second. Thought he should have run in the Belmont, didn't do that. I think they kind of lost confidence in the horse. They did bring him back for the Jim Dandy Stakes. He got a win over early voting, who he lost to in the Preakness. I didn't like the win. I just was not impressed with that win. It was 148-4. Um, he won. He finished first. It just did not look very sharp. I don't think it was his best race. I thought he looked a lot better in the Louisiana. I thought he looked better in the Preakness. Just didn't get the win. They got him at as a 7-5 favorite. I think that is over favored for this horse. I think he's over favored definitely. Out of Not This Time, that's a Giants Causeway horse. Damn Sire's Candy Rides. Like I said, once again, the distance shouldn't be too much of a problem for any of these horses. Breeding wise, now experience wise is a whole different story. Epicenter has shown that he can go that mile and a quarter. You know, ran second in the Derby. Just gonna have to see if he can do it faster. Gonna have to see if he can do it faster. I think in this race, I think in the long run, it's gonna be a bit faster. Or maybe at least the same as a 202. Rosario's back aboard, trained by Asmussen. So, I mean, there's everything to like about this horse. It's just a tough race. It's just a tough race, I'm saying. Number 7, though, we got is Early Voting. Early Voting, disappointing in the Jim Dandy. Went out, did the first opening half in 48. Slowed it down to 113 for the 3/4 mile. Jose Ortiz is back aboard him again. Can't go that slow. Can't go that slow this time. What they really need to do is open this horse up. He's the only front runner in this race. Chad Brown needs to tell Ortiz just to let him go. Open him up, forget the other horses, see what happens. Much how Arrogate won this race. I really kind of ignored the other horses, but that was Bob Baffert, of course, training Arrogate, not Chad Brown. So Early Voting is always run pretty well. It actually, Jim Dandy was his worst race in his career. Ran 4th in that one, behind even Tawny Fort. Only 4 horses in the race. But you can't choke a horse like this. I mean, I feel like I say this every other race. Is that somebody should let their horse run and they just hold him back as if that's somehow a saving energy to pull the horse backwards. At any rate, I mean that's what they do. Hopefully, he doesn't do that in this race, but he's probably going to do it even worse. But let's go on. The last horse here is Zandon 8. Um, Zandon's got a lot of grit. They got him at 5 to 1. 5 to 1. And early voting is 8 to 1. Preakness winner's 8 to 1. Another horse that ran third in the Derby 5 to 1. How do we get that anyway? Zandon's 5 to 1. Flavian Pratt's back aboard him. Another Chad Brown horse. Hey, the horse is tough. He runs in late, doesn't have the speed. That's all I got to say about him. Second in the Jim Dandy, third in the Kentucky Derby. He won the Bluegrass Stakes, but that was a slow race. I don't think he's going to get any faster. Don't know why he's 5 to 1, but that's where he got him. That's where they got him. The pace, as we say though, will make this race, and this is where I think it's going to be unimpressive. Uh, should have let early voting go, and I might be picking early voting in this race if I really thought they were just going to turn them loose, at least get a 46-second opening half. I don't think they're going to do that. I think that they are going to go even slower. I'm being optimistic and calling it a 49-second opening half with a 113 opening 3/4. It might even be slower than that. They might go 50, maybe even 51. I've seen some stupid races like this in New York. Like I said, I don't know. They get New York for fever and you go slow. I don't get it, but it happens a lot, especially in these big races when the front runner is an experienced jockey. Now, when the front runner is some young jockey, they just turn them loose, whatever. They don't care, which tends to make for a better race, actually. But Jose Ortiz is not a young, inexperienced jockey. He's going to go slow. He's going to say, "Oh, we're going a mile and a quarter," and he had problems handling that mile and an eighth, and so we're going to go even slower than the 48 seconds. We're going to go 49 or even 50, and I'll save a whole bunch of gas. We'll be able to go. Yeah, he's going to slow down the whole pack, slow down his horse. They will get disinterested. Lots of these horses will get disinterested because they're going to think they're in a parade. I'm thinking. Um, but after they get that 3/4, I think you're going to get some of them to pick it up, and I'm thinking the best, most aggressive jockey in this one, Irad Ortiz Jr. is going to be the one to go with Artorias. I think he will move. The horse likes this track. I think Rosario will probably move Epicenter a little bit after that. He likes the track decently well enough, I guess you could say, too. Um, but I think Irad Ortiz Jr. moves first. Thus, I think Irad Ortiz Jr. cruises home for the win, gets his first win here with Artorias. I got Cyberknife, who I think will be competitive, but I just coming off that record performance. I don't think Florent Jr. Florent Giroux is going to move him fast enough. I think this is all going to go to the one who moves fastest, and that will be Artorias. Therefore, I have Cyberknife, who I do think is a faster horse than Epicenter, even though he's lost to him, I think, twice now. I think he will beat Epicenter in this one, but I don't think he's going to get Artorias. I just think Irad Ortiz Jr. is going to have the upper hand in this one. Florent Giroux will not, being that we're in Saratoga Springs. So I've got Cyberknife running second. Decent exact if that comes through. You're looking at roughly what they got, a 9-2 on Artorias and a 7-2 on Cyberknife. Hope that shows up. Third, I've got the 6, Epicenter. Good horse, Rosario, good jockey. Once again, I just think he's never gone below even time. Early voting has, Cyberknife has, uh, Artorias has. I just don't think he's fast enough, and I think it's going to show in this one. I got Epicenter running third, and in fourth place, Ain't Life Grand. I'm sticking Ain't Life Grand in there, and if the odds get big enough, I may go for throw a little something on a win there for him, because Ain't Life Grand ain't that bad. Ain't Life Grand ain't that bad. Switching the jockey, you can understand that moving up to this great a race. Uh, even if he doesn't win, I don't expect him to win, but we may see Ain't Life Grand around again. Same thing with Rich Strike. I mean, with the jockey, I just think the jockey's going to work against him. He got Sonny Leone up here at Saratoga. I don't think that's going to work. Um, That's pretty much all I can say about these. All these horses except for Gilded Age, I think. Gilded Age, the only way I think Gilded Age wins is if you have the race. It's just stupid slow. And Gilded Age and Junior Alvarado can get in there and steal a win. Just that super slow 51 second, and he's the only one that manages to run a good race. I just think he's the most outclassed horse, but still not that bad of a horse. So good crop here. Um, I'm going with Artorias though. Irad Ortiz Jr., Chad Brown. Arrowgate horse, I say his son gets the win. 5163 is my pick. Let me know what you got in the comment section. See y'all after the race.